How's it going, y'all? Rowdy Riles back with another video. Today we are coming at you with something from Ali Express. And let me explain the situation first. Because there used to be this online toy store called Megalopolis. Think of like Big Bad Toy Store, you'd buy stuff and pre-order and they'd ship it to you. And I actually bought a lot of stuff from there. But at a certain point, they stopped sending stuff. Like pre-orders that other stores were getting, they just stopped sending it. I remember picking up a bunch of stuff that was like damaged boxed or like marked down or clearance or whatever. And they only sent one thing out of like, maybe like 20 things. And I ended up taking like a month to cancel the order because they just would not contact you back. It took forever, but I did get my money back. I got one thing. It was the SH Figure Arts Spider-Man Far From Home stealth suit one. So if you've seen that video, that's where I got the toy, megalopolis.com. And what they did was they took the money from all these pre-orders that they didn't give back to people, and they started their own toy company called Premium DNA. And they launched a line of Mad Balls that I think actually like got launched, and they made them and they paid for them and they sent them to people and people got them. And then they were like, oh, we're also going to do Earthworm Jim. And today we have the Earthworm Jim figures, but they did not come from Premium DNA. Like I said, they came from Ali Express, and that's because Premium DNA, at least the rumor is, did not pay the manufacturer for the product. They still have them up on pre-order for their on their website for like $50. But in my hands, I have Earthworm Jim and the head pack, and I got them both for under $50. So that's the situation. That's where these came from. So Premium DNA is a shady company. These are not knockoffs. They want to say they're defects, and there are defects in some of them. Like some of them have missing paint apps, and I've seen a couple things here or there on Reddit and other websites where it's like not perfect. But a majority of them are just fine. And it seems to be the fact of the matter that Premium DNA refused to pay or could not pay the people making these toys. So with all that being said, let's take a close look at the Earthworm Jim Premium DNA figures. For some context here, if you don't know Earthworm Jim, it was a video game series, and I think there was a TV show and all that stuff in the 90s, of course. I remember having a version of the game on Super Nintendo and also my Game Boy Color. So it was a platformer, and the main character was an earthworm in a spacesuit. So as you can see, both of these boxes are pretty plain. They say groovy. They have a headshot of Earthworm Jim. On the top, they actually say Earthworm Jim. The back is exactly the same. And then the sides are the same. They've got a tiny little Earthworm Jim down there from the game, and then the logo. And then, of course, you got the bottom with the UPC, and that's an outer sleeve. But inside of this one is the actual Earthworm Jim figure. As you can see, Premium DNA 14 plus. What a joke. I can't believe they did that. And it says Interplay because that was the game company that made Earthworm Jim. And of course, Earthworm Jim with snot. It comes with so many accessories. On this side, we get a nice picture of Earthworm Jim, nicely drawn, and then we get a blurb. Once a common earthworm living a peaceful life somewhere in the southern United States, Jim's life was forever changed when suddenly from the sky he was hit with the ultra high-tech, indestructible, super safe cyber suit created by Professor Monkey for a head for the evil Queen Slug Forebutt. With his newfound powers, Jim travels across the galaxy battling evil foes in his quest to rescue the beautiful princess, what's her name, from the evil clutches of Psychro. Whoa, Nelly. That's his catchphrase. And as you can see, it's got that gross out humor that the 90s is well known for. Then on the back, we get a shot of the figure with all of his accessories, which we'll go over later, but it's just a render and all the stuff that comes in there. On this side, we get the rest of the figures that are available on AliExpress. I'm pretty sure all of it. Actually, I didn't see this one, but these two are available. They're just kind of more expensive. And then you've got the top of the box. And the smaller box had the Earthworm Jim worm and body heads pack. So you can see there's a lot of heads and a little worm body in there, so it adds more flavor and customization to your figure. On that side, we once again have the whole wave. On the back, we've got some shots of the head sculpts and that worm body, which is really cool that they included that. Because I believe in the game, if you died or something, like he fell out of the suit and he's just a little worm crawling around, or there's like gameplay mechanics. I don't remember. It's been a long time since the 90s, y'all. On this side, we get some nice artwork once again, and the blurb at the bottom is the same, so we're not going to go over that. But with all of that being said, Premium DNA's loss is everyone else's gain, and I hope that whoever paid for this from them gets their money back, because they're not getting their figures. Everyone else is getting them. And Premium DNA Toys is to blame. But here we go. Let's get these guys out of the box. Like, I'm trying to say, these are not knockoffs. Look at the inside of the box. Wee doggy. And then we've got a little pixel version of Jim. Like, this is not... I cut the tape at the bottom. But Like, this is not a knockoff. This was intended to be sold by Premium DNA, but they didn't get them because they didn't pay people. And on the head pack, it says Groovy, and then there's a pixel version of Earthworm Jim, so that's really cool. And with that being said, Earthworm Jim probably has the most head sculpts out of any figure that I have, and I have a lot of figures. Here is Earthworm Jim, Snot, and Worm Earthworm Jim out of the box. As you can see, they're pretty cool, and there goes Worm Earthworm Jim, but I'll just grab him really quick so we can get a quick look. The paint is really nice. The paint apps on the eyes and the teeth, and there's some shading in there. It all looks really good. Like, if these are knockoffs, I'm gonna eat my hat, because they're not. It's product that Premium DNA, despite what they say. They're like, oh, these were rejected and we're still waiting on our product. No, 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 you're full of crap. But like I said, look at the paint details on that. That blue lining on his suit is really nice. They've got pinless limbs, all the good stuff that you want from a figure. The accessories, that backpack is swappable because Snot is usually in his backpack, and Snot is really cool as well. Cute little green guy, kind of gross. I remember he had some like abilities in the game. I don't quite remember. It's been a long time. I may have to like refresh my memory and go play one like on an emulator or something. But he's a really cool figure, and he's got his big blaster. There were other weapons. It would have been cool if they had a weapon pack or something. But he's a really cool figure, and I might, just because of this video, I might try to pick up the others from the wave, just because he's so cool. Because like he's great. It's not a knockoff quality figure because it's not a knockoff. It's a real production figure that was a lot of care and time was put into it by the people who made it, and I'm glad that at least some people are getting their hands on them. However, they're getting them. Checking out his height, our Earthworm Jim figure stands at, and he's in 6-inch scale, which is great for me. He stands at about 6 1/4 inches to the top of his earthworm head, and Snot is like an inch. Going over the articulation, starting at the head, it goes forward and backward pretty well, to the side pretty well. Shoulders come up 90 degrees. There is a bicep cut. Ooh, that's a little stiff on that arm, but there's a bicep cut right there. He does have double elbows, although the sculpt does get in the way. There is no glove cut, but the pegs on these are a little short. That's why that popped out. But they're on a hinge, as we're used to with most figures. There is a little bit of torso articulation. He goes back about that far, forward about that far, legs come up that far, to the side over there, back, none at all, because his worm butt gets in the way. Double knees, but he can't quite kick his own butt. Coming down to rockers with forward and backwards, lots of good movement, good articulation. He's definitely, you know, he may be in my top 10 figures this year just because he's so cool. And I know it's kind of crazy saying that I got it from Ali Express, but it fits in the rules of my my top 10. And if he's still as cool as he is to me right now at the end of the year, then I would say he's in there. So, you know, like I said, Premium DNA really screwed themselves over and a bunch of people. So going over the accessories, as you can see, we'll go over what he has with him. He has that blaster, which is red and yellow, painted nicely. It won't focus, of course. It won't focus. There it goes. But it's got some nice detail in there. It's got, you know, some sculpting. And then he comes with Snot, which, as you can see, is also nicely painted and sculpted. He's really cute. He's got his tongue sticking out. He also comes with, let me zoom out here for these. He also comes with this version of Snot because, as you can see, it's got that attached to the bottom because it's supposed to go in his backpack. We'll check that out in a second. He also comes with another version of him just kind of peeking out a little bit, which is cool. Probably have him displayed like that wherever I put him. I don't know where he's going to go. Probably just hang around my shooting set. And then we get 4 different hands. We get 2 sets of open hands, and they all have 4 fingers. And then we get 2 fists and 2 weapon holding hands. Like I said, it would have been cool if they gave us more weapons, but they're nicely sculpted. And then we get 2 alternate heads. We get an Angry Jim, and that's nicely painted and sculpted as well. And then we get a goofy, happy-go-lucky Jim head, which is also nicely painted and sculpted. That's what he originally comes with. And then, like I said, we get the worm pack. So we also get the Earthworm Jim body with this kind of happy smiling head. And it is different than this one, slightly, I believe. Yeah, because the grin is different. So I was like, some of these head sculpts are the same. And that's not the case. They're all different, which is really nice. He's a little hard to stand up, so I don't know how exactly. They should have made his tail base wider. But it is what it is. It's the attention to detail, right? And then we get all these alternate heads with that head pack. We get kind of a stern, kind of glaring Jim. We get a kind of like, ha, I know something you don't know, Jim. And then we get a really angry Jim. He's like, oh, I'm going to mess somebody up. Then we get a kind of like laughing Jim. I guess he's like laughing, like, ha, ha, ha. And then we get, this is the most fun head, I think, because if you die in the game, sometimes your head gets all crispy and messed up. So we get a damaged Jim head. And that is the accessories. And to swap them out, it's really simple. I'll show you one here, for instance. You just pull his little worm head up, and then you plug in right here. I'll show you, just like that, and you've got a different head. Like I said, he's probably got the most head sculpts out of any other figure that I have, which is kind of crazy for the price that he was, which was like 20 bucks. First up for comparison, here's our premium DNA Earthworm Jim with our Cosmic Legion Kellyanne and our Dungeons and Dragons owlbear. I love that owlbear. I need to finish that Ollie's video so y'all can see how cool he is. He's great. I say he, but it's a girl. It's Doric from the movie. Here he is with Boss Fight Studios and Foosh Articulated Icons. Here's Jim next to some SH figure arts with Ranma Sao Tome and Ultraman. Here he is with Jazzwares, Master Chief, and Jack Specific Mario for obvious reasons. Gaming stuff. And then lastly, here he is with some more gaming stuff and Jada Toys, Chun-Li, and Mega Man. So yeah, I think that about covers it for comparison. And hey, not a single Hasbro figure. How about that? So with all of that being said, y'all, obviously this Earthworm Jim for the price that I got him, 22 bucks, and that head pack was $15. It's totally worth it to me. It sucks that it's at the cost of like a company's business, not Premium DNA, but the people that made these figures, the manufacturer. And I feel really bad for the people that pre-ordered this with them, Premium DNA Toys, because they're getting screwed over majorly. Not as much as people that made these figures, which is why they're just selling them off super cheap to make back their money, because it does not cost that much to make a figure. Paint apps, yes. Making the figure itself, no. The fine detail in the paint is where the cost is. So yeah, this figure is totally worth it. It's nice to screw a big company like that when they're trying to screw other people. So if you want to get him, you can get him on Ali Express. I'm sure there's other ways like eBay, but some of the eBay listings are pretty high because people aren't aware of this. So if you want to get him, I would never condone buying like knockoffs or whatever, but I've been buying some myself from AliExpress, and this is like the first thing I bought from there because I knew people were getting it. So yeah, there's the long form explanation of the history of this figure and how it got into my hands. So if you guys like this video, smash the like button down below, hit subscribe if you're not subscribed. Of course, let me know if you like the games, if you've ever played them, if you have this figure, if you're planning on grabbing him now after this video, if you have any, past dealings with Megalopolis or whatever. Let me know in the comments down below how your day is going, all that stuff. Check out the Patreon $1 a month for videos early. Maybe not this one. I'm probably going to put this one up as soon as I edit it, just because it's important that people understand the context of where these are coming from. Like, some people are just like, oh, look, cool, Earthworm Jim figure. Let me buy it for cheap. But, like, it sucks. But it's cool to have it, and especially for such a good price. It's just at the cost of other people, which is stupid. So I know, it's kind of mixed feelings. But yeah, do all that stuff. Comment, subscribe, like. I love you. I will see you next time, and bye-bye. Mwah.